particularly Generation Z, which is behind Generation Y, they grew up with technology as an extension of their body. They are interacting. It is not separate from them like it is from us. So there's new ways of interaction, and it's changing our culture. It's changing everything. It's now changing our culture, our values, our behaviors, all the things that we have held for so long, those of us who are in the boomer years, and are going to outlive our old culture, and we are going to find ourselves involved in creating the new culture in between 60 and 100. It's quite phenomenal. Everything is data. We have the capability to simulate anything. We live in a programmable world, and we do program it. Everything, we have anything can look real. Anything can look real, and that's one of the challenges today. That things look real, what is real? And so, one of the big questions, I think, and that we're wrestling with is, will we increase our skepticism of content in a new context of multiple interpretations of every event, everything? There are multiple interpretations of all sorts of things. They get shared online, then they get taken offline in Starbucks and, in family conversations. I mean, it's a remarkable phenomenon. The next trend, which is really, this is sort of the result of the impact of these technologies, these disruptive technologies on everyday life. It's the rise of the individual. It used to be the unit of society was the family. And this is not to say this is replacing, but it really is the rise of the individual. And it's the one-size-fits-all to ubiquitous customization. So it's the mass to the me economy. So it's the rise of the individual on an economic level. It's a shift from the mass economy to the me economy. So what is that? We're at a stage where these surges in new technology, remember we talked about that in this cycle, how you get technologies and then you get surges of technologies and then there are all these huge structural kinds of shifts. That's where we are now, that are supporting us, responding to, and individuals, choices and preferences for what they learn, what they buy, what they eat. It is just completely transforming that. We're now able to do that and make it work. That's a phenomenal shift. There's shrinking costs of divergent hardware to support this. There's a ubiquity of content readily available to download, so there's no problem getting information to the individual. There's the whole cool factor reigns, so it's sort of cool and interesting to be involved in this, and people look for that. There's a shift. People are no longer willing to pay for content. They're willing to pay for experiences in this new world. So that's a huge challenge to business, to the arts, to music, to everything. That it's the experience, because content is so cheap, it's so ubiquitous, that people are looking for something more. And people want personal sort of curation of every experience. So the implications for the future are we're going to have hyper-personalization of markets for everything. It's sort of the greedy audience of me. And why are we going to get that? Because we can. You can do it, I can do it. All of a sudden, we can make choices about what we interact with and what we want to do, who we want to do it with, and it's all like your own little economy. How do you spend your money? People have ways of getting content in the format, shape, size to fit their desires. That's amazing. That's just all happened in the past decades. Imagine if you move forward 20 years what it will look like. Filters for information and experience. Everyone has filters for information and experience that is shareable, amendable, and receivable. So those are all within the purview of the individual. There are now digital campfires and these anchored communities. There's this whole new layer of culture and life that's been created. And this is just isn't in the US, this is in the world. When we look out 20 years, we get to 2025, many, many homes, almost every home is going to have a 3D printer for making mousetraps, cups and plates, clothes, personalized objects of every kind. I mean, it's just truly amazing. And so